Mark and Paulette here, the two travelers in Mexico. Hopefully you can see us. After all, we are wearing camouflage, so we're supposed to be hidden. But the white wall behind us is probably giving us away. Today we're going to talk about where we do our shopping. Do we go to big box stores? Do we go to the small tiendas? We'll talk about what kinds of stores are here.
Let me get more in the sun. That's fine. We'll just do some adjusting. There.
We're going to talk about what kinds of stores are here, and I'll turn it over to Paulette. You can talk about the big box stores, what's available.
The big, what do you call them? Like, what's chain stores or whatever.
Yeah.
So, here where we live and throughout Mexico, different places, but you'll find more of these stores in certain locations than you will others. Like for example, in San Luis Potosi, we have Sam's, Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, Sears. Some places in Mexico, I think we have it here too. We have a Walgreens. No, what is that other one that went out of business? Woolworths. That's it.
Yeah.
We haven't been to it here, but when we lived in Morelia, we had gone shopping there before too. But at some places like Huatuco, you won't find a lot of those stores.
Right.
You'll have to go to the other stores. And we were in Huatuco about a year or so ago. And I'm trying to remember, what was that big store that they had there?
That was a Chedraui there.
Chedraui, okay. That's pretty popular here in Mexico.
It's a Mexican brand store. It's similar
Like a
to a
Safeway or
Walmart,
something, yeah.
because they do sell groceries and clothing and electronics.
Electronics and appliances, TVs, washer, dryer, refrigerators, all that kind of stuff. Plus food, plus clothing.
Yeah.
And they're a pretty big store in Mexico.
Yeah. And other big stores, like a Soriano, pretty big store here.
Soriano's more like a grocery store. I'd say like a big Safeways.
Yeah. There's Superamas, which is a big grocery chain here.
Superamas.
Mega Maxi is another big chain here. And those are all Mexican stores. You don't see them in the United States, but they're big stores, like Safeway stores, grocery stores, or Walmart kind of stores. For those of you who like to do high-end shopping, there's Liverpool, which is equivalent to probably Macy's?
Macy's, I would think. It's pretty high-end.
Yeah. So let's talk about where we personally shop, where we get our food.
Well, like for items like Mark and I, we don't do beef. We don't do red meat. So before we left Mexico, when Beyond Burger came out, we switched over to Beyond Burger because we were really heavy into vegan for a while there. So luckily here, we buy that at Costco. You get 8 patties to a container.
Right.
So we buy that at Costco. We buy like more big ticketed items at Costco. Sam's, we have a membership to Sam's. We mostly use Costco more so than Sam's, but and then when we need things that you would find at Walmart, we just go to Walmart. Right. Sometimes when we can't find certain things, we just order it on Amazon.
Amazon.com.mx.
Right. And so we do it that way too. But there are a lot of mercados. Some of them are huge markets. Some of them are just small markets, like from their garage. There's one that is like a little trailer where they just kind of pull it up a couple of times a week. And you can buy your produce from there.
And we do buy a lot of our produce from these local markets and tiendas. The thing with the local markets is, though, they don't have, other than like fruits and vegetables, they don't have a wide selection of other things. like, as example, like toilet paper and different household things that you might need. So that's why we do a lot of our shopping at a Costco for something like that.
Right,
Because
right. But when it comes to like fruits and vegetables, they do have, some of them have like a refrigerated section.
Yeah,
So you can get, whatever you need, any dairy products that are there, cheeses, milk,
sodas. things
sour
like that.
cream, whatever
Yeah.
kind of stuff that you need. Butter, they do have them there. But because we do go to Costco, we'll just buy that in the big containers at Costco. And that'll last us quite a long time, like on the butter and stuff like that. But we try to support the local mercados when we can. Now, of course, we've showed you videos on the large mercados that are just humongous.
Yeah.
Humongous, like blocks and blocks.
We've entered the shoe area. We could be here for a while.
Well, I'm a sandal fiend. What can I say? I live and breathe sandals. There you can find anything.
Oh, yeah, a lot of different things.
You can find your meat, you can find your fish, you can find your chicken, you can
Right.
find your fruits, your vegetables, clothing, kitchen gadgets, shoes.
Buy food. You can get lunch there, or dinner maybe, depending on whatever time you shop.
Yeah, whatever
There's a-
meals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they just sell things that you would not even think that would be sold there. Just a lot of items. And like I said, I mean, we've showed you mercados, and maybe Mark will put a picture of a previous mercado that we, got a long hair there, that we did in a previous video. But yeah, most of the time I would say that we shop at the local mercados here in our community, because that's, I think, the right thing to do. And we might go there once or twice a week for some items: watermelon, cantaloupes, jicama, bell peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms, zucchinis.
Avocados, aguacate,
Yeah, avocates.
potatoes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Papas.
yeah.
So,
So yeah, we'll shop there on a regular basis. But like for the bigger bulk item, like Mark was saying, toilet paper, paper towels, like my Beyond Burger. If we buy salmon, we'll get that at Costco.
yeah.
What other kind of stuff? Like our milk. Like a lot of times the milk here in Mexico isn't refrigerated.
Yeah.
And either is the eggs. That's
Yeah.
pretty common. That's pretty common in a lot of other countries besides the United States. And the reason for the eggs not being refrigerated is what Mark explained that to them.
Because they don't wash the eggs here. They just leave them as is, and so it leaves that sealed coating around the eggs when
The
it comes out of
protective
the
seal.
chicken. And so they don't have to refrigerate the eggs
Right.
immediately here, and they can sit out for a long, long time.
Well, not a
before you have to
long,
use them.
long time, but
Yeah, but
like a month,
Yeah.
maybe
yeah.
6 weeks, something like that.
One of the other reasons we like shopping at the local mercados is you begin to build a relationship with, the people that are working at the store, the owners. And that can be a nice thing down the road too.
Right, right. And instead of saying like, hasta luego, see you later, I usually just say hasta pronto, see you
See you
soon,
soon.
because we're usually in there 1 to
Yeah.
2 times a week picking some stuff up.
Yeah.
And we probably, in our area that we live in, well, we had 3 to choose from. Now we have 2 to choose from.
Yeah.
If we want to stay within our community. If we want to go outside of our community, there's a lot of Mercados, a lot.
There are definitely a lot of Mercados. And it's not just where we live in San Luis Potosi, they're everywhere. In every city that we visited,
Oh, yeah.
there have been lots of Mercados, lots of choices to choose from.
And usually each place has their own big Mercado, I think.
Yeah.
Usually an enclosed facility and like I said, you can buy anything, just about. I mean anything.
Yeah. Here there's Mercado Tangamanga is here. It's a pretty big market. In Oaxaca, when we were there was Mercado 20 de Noviembre, which was huge. And really almost every city that we've been to has had a large Mercado of some kind.
Right, exactly. And then what would you say, like, what's your opinion of the cost, like at shopping at Walmart for items? I mean, like at Walmart and maybe Costco and Mercados. What would you go over that with them? What's your opinion, like from the United States? What do you think cost-wise there?
I think the Mercados are going to be cheaper if you can buy there, like the vegetables and stuff like that.
Everything's by the pound.
Yeah, or kilo.
Or kilo,
in Mexico, yeah. I think the vegetables are going to be cheaper here. Vegetables and fruits are cheaper in the Mercados than they are at a Walmart, Kmart, place like that.
The other store, H-E-B.
H-E-B, those of you from, I think, southern Texas will recognize the H-E-B stores. They're down here in Mexico, too. And we do actually shop at an H-E-B once in a while. In fact, we just shopped there the other day looking for some specific items. And it's a good store, too. But
the H-E-B here, they actually have probably have 6 or 8 shelf area where they have like organics. They have items that you wouldn't really find in Mexico, like imported, I guess you would say, items from the United States that they sell there too on their shelves. Lots of the whole fish, you gotta kind of bypass that area real quick. I have to anyhow because it's so fishy.
I mean, I guess if you don't mind buying fish or meat that may have been sitting out for a couple hours in a Mercado, that's one thing. For us, we have just not.
I think they do keep it on. They do keep it on.
Sometimes they keep it on ice. But
yeah.
So.
I don't. That's one thing that I always bypass when I'm in. Like even H-E-B, because they have their fish out, like in a center aisle thing, and it just, I don't like the smell.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the Mercados, I just totally pass on that because the smell,
she won't even look.
It just, it starts to get to me, all the, just all those animals. I don't like seeing them and smelling the smell of the blood or the meat or whatever. I won't get too detailed graphic, but I and other people don't care for that smell.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
So what would you say about prices? You didn't really say.
I think prices, by and large, are cheaper here. I think you can buy stuff cheaper at a Walmart here than you could at a Walmart in the States.
Do you think so?
I think you can buy, depending. I should pre-qualify that by saying if you can buy products made in Mexico cheaper at a Walmart here than you could at the United States. And the reason is, there's importation fees that are paid. And I think the same goes for Costco. Costco does carry, food items that are from Mexico. And I think those are definitely going to be cheaper than what you would pay for the same kind of thing in the United States at a Costco. At least that's my opinion on it anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Going down some of the aisles, like clothing. What do I think? Shoes, sandals. That's my area.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of like when we pass by like the home area, like they got the tires and the paint and all that sort of stuff too, and kitchen gadgets, and then their pharmacy area with, toothpaste, deodorants,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
medicines or aspirin and that sort of stuff. I think it's pretty close. I think it's pretty close. Now, I don't know what the Beyond Burger is selling for in the United States anymore, but I thought it was pretty close on the price. Because here it's like,
What
it's
about
almost like almost 20 US dollars. It's like 397 pesos.
and you get how many patties
You
with
get
that?
8 patties.
with
And I
that.
think that's about the same cost, pretty close to the
Yeah.
United States when we left a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Yeah. There are some things that are more expensive, like I was talking about earlier. Things that are imported from the United States are going to be more expensive. So it might behoove you, if there's product you like from the United States, to find a good replacement for it that's made here in Mexico so that you can save some money.
And actually, yeah, this is funny. I just thought about this. Remember we went to the El Dorado Mall and they had that one store that had like things imported from the U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
It was called Gringolandia or something. Gringo something.
Yeah, and they had like your Tricks. They had your Fruit Loops. They had your a lot of United States cereal that you don't see
Yeah.
here. Like
Yep.
you won't really see that in Costco and Sam's. You'll see the knockoff
Yeah.
brands. Them like
Just-
you will in some of the stores in the United States
all
too.
sugary items, not even like, the sugary cereals they had, sodas, things like that, candy bars.
But they were really
Yeah,
expensive
more expensive than even in the United States.
because I
and,
think they're imported.
and yet we did see quite a few Mexicans in there buying the stuff. So
Yeah, maybe because it's a, novelty or whatever.
Something,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. But like a bar of, let's say, Nestle's chocolate, like this. Oh gosh, I forget how much that was. Like $5 or something like that in that store. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
A box of like, Fruit Loops
Yeah.
or one of those other cereals. I mean, there's tons of cereals. They're just not coming to my mind right now.
yeah,
But they were like $9, $10 for a box of
or like
cereal.
a regular box of cereal.
Yeah.
So we went in and checked it out, and then immediately left and went back to Chedraui, I think, to buy whatever it is that we were looking for.
Right, right.
So-
But there are a lot of shopping places in Mexico, like Mark was naming their big box stores here, not the ones in the United States like I named. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of places that you can shop, lots of mercados that you can support. And we always try to do that whenever we can, like my thousands of plants and pots that I have. I'll get those from the local nurseries. There has been a couple of times when I have gone to Home Depot and bought some plants there, but for the majority, I would say 90% of my plants or more come from the local
private,
nurseries
yeah,
here.
local
And the same thing
sellers.
with the pots.
Yeah.
I could buy pots at stores that sell them, but I'd rather support the locals and buy their pots.
In fact, we've been buying a lot of pots lately, thanks to Paulette's collection of plants. And we bought a lot at there's a bazaar or fair, an artist, I don't know if it's not really an artist fair because there's really no art, it's just pots and plants. So at the snap of my finger, we'll transport you there. Okay, so we are in the Parque Morelos. As I was saying earlier, there's a fair going on here. It's mostly plants and pots. Some vendors selling food. these are all hand painted. Just look at the intricate work on these.
And these pretty ones here, you'd want to keep them inside your house because the sun, the heat will crack them and ruin them. So I have a couple like this that I keep inside, not outside.
Now we're back. Sitting in our back patio.
So that was an
I mean,
example
yeah.
at, that was at a park here in San Luis Potosi.
Yeah.
So that is about it as far as stores, as far as pricing. Yeah, I think we named pretty much all the stores. We have
Yeah.
not, like I said, we have not been to the Woolworths here yet.
No.
But there is, I think, did you say one or two that exist here?
There's a couple that exist here. The other store that I forgot to mention was Coppel. Coppel is a store that's pretty widely spread throughout Mexico here. And I would say, what would you think that is? That store more like a J.C. Penney, do you think?
I think it's appliances, furniture,
Clothing,
like
stuff.
some camping stuff.
They even offer a banking service inside the store. You can actually open a Coppel bank account.
I don't even know how I would describe that. Kind of in a way like a small Walmart. The
Yeah.
ones that we've been into have been like 2 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got appliances, TVs, radios, clothing, camping stuff, gym equipment. What else do they have? I think they have
Yes.
like small appliances like
Yeah.
toasters, waffle irons, blenders, stuff like that. And that's a very well-known store also
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Yeah, very-
And we've bought many things from.
Very popular
From
store
there,
in
too.
Mexico. I think, in general, you can buy pretty much everything here that you could in the United States. Now, they might not have the exact same name brand here. You may have to find a substitute. And if you can't find a substitute or you're having trouble, I found Amazon.com.mx to be a pretty good resource for finding some of the more difficult things to find. Sometimes you will have to pay an importation fee on that as well.
Like, let me give an example. The other day, I ordered a couple of things. I ordered, was it stevia? Okay, and there wasn't any import fee on that.
But it was more than that. It was the organic stevia.
It was organic stevia, yeah, with the green leaves. It wasn't bleached or anything like that. And I don't think there was an import fee on that.
No.
But I don't know why. I ordered 3 pounds of raw organic honey. And it was from Oaxaca, which we visited before.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. There was like a $8 or $9 fee on that from Oaxaca. Was that an import or was that just the shipping? Because I was
I think it was
shocked.
I think it was just the shipping.
Like my honey was about $11, and then the shipping was like another $8 or $9 if it was shipping.
Yeah, it might not have been available on. We have Amazon Prime Mexico here, by the way, which is 99 pesos a month rather than the $14 that we were paying. But I think that was from an independent seller and it wasn't part of the free shipping program on Prime. So
No.
that's why I think we
Okay.
had to pay the shipping on that.
But also, like if you do order things that are imported, you are going to pay an importation fee.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't had any problems. We've had really good luck with,
Yeah.
except for one order that's still missing. That was my
Yeah.
dog beds. I
Well, that
ordered
was-
3 of them. One came. I think what happened was the guy checked off completed order, thinking that he sent all 3 dog beds. They never arrived. So
But they did not. And I emailed them a couple times, got no response, so I took it up with my credit card company, and they reimbursed me for the 2 of the dog beds that did not get shipped.
But I mean, Amazon Mexico is
fantastic.
Is fantastic.
I mean,
Really good.
a lot of times for us, our experience is that packages from Amazon Mexico arrive a day earlier
Yeah.
than they say they're going to on a website.
Yeah,
So,
a day early. And then luckily for us, or unlucky for us, they shove our packages. They throw them through our fence.
yeah,
They've done that, or through our gate.
yeah,
They've done that a lot.
yeah.
But they won't be doing that anymore, so
No.
not a problem. But, you know, I mean, it could be something breakable. I mean, he ordered some chargers for the drill, right? And that could have busted. My honey, did they throw that? No, that one we were here to receive. But they've thrown some things through there, like
Yeah.
these things. You know, those could have broken. Those were through Amazon Mexico.
Yeah.
But getting
Very
back,
easily getting back.
Let's
Bring it-
reel it
yeah,
in,
reel
reel
it
it
in,
in,
reel it on in,
reel it in.
Martinez,
I have a
yeah.
problem doing that.
So,
But I think all in all, you know, we're pretty happy with the prices on things. And another thing about Mexico, when you do go to mercados, and like the fair that we're going to go back to, because I need another 15 pots for my plants upstairs on the rooftop balcony still, you know, you can negotiate. In the United States, you don't get a whole lot of negotiating.
Yeah.
You do sometimes at the markets. Yeah, and this is like a market.
so if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Leave your questions in the comments below. And as always,
From the 2 travelers in Mexico.
what she did.
Bye, guys.
Bye.